Won't you take me by the hand? Won't you let me know what's up in your head? And I know, oh, it might not be the right time for you and me. And that's okay, as long as you're happy. Yeah, that's okay, as long as you're happy. Won't you let me know what's real? Won't you tell me just for once how you feel? And I know, oh, it might not be the right time for you and me. And that's okay, as long as you're happy. Yeah, that's okay, as long as you're happy. Won't you take me by the hand? Won't you let me know what's up in your head? And I know, oh, it might not be the right time for you and me. And that's okay, as long as you're happy. Yeah, that's okay, if you wanna be without me.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a short-lived, no Comcast tape recording.
Previously recorded, but not really. We're on time, just Comcast is not. Anyway, happy Tuesday, everyone. Talk to me, I would say talk to me Tuesday, but you're going to complain. So the complaint department is closed today.
I'm not complaining. I'm playing along.
That's all we can do.
You told me we have internet today. We don't have internet.
We did, and then we lost it.
Braxton and Chaos broke my bowl.
No, it was broken before.
No, he crunched it. But the guacamole segment was
Hence the name, Cooking Up Chaos with Baxton and Bailey.
Like
it was good, though.
Did like a storm. I mean, I sat over here because I'm afraid to sit over there because they're like a hurricane.
They are. Those two together, it's definitely a chaotic storm. So tune in on Saturday on our Kids Television Network and see Cooking Up Chaos Episode 5 with Bailey and Baxton. They're making homemade guacamole. And I must say,
it was delicious.
As Baxton says, mwah, delicious.
I hate it when something comes out of that chaos and it actually tastes good.
Every single week it tastes good. It's just a little chaotic.
Stuff, remember that show where the guy threw stuff around when he was cooking? It was like a chaotic mess, and then at the end they had like superb.
That's what Baxton says. It's
so superb. He says, "Do you want to try this?" And I says, "Why would I want to try this? You crack a bowl, you drop of this, and doing that. Why would I want to try it?" Then I tried it. I'm gonna tell you, it's pretty freaking good.
It looked like it was pretty easy, only like a couple ingredients.
It was delicious, and they had those strange avocados.
How was it?
It was delicious. I hope I don't get sick. You got a doctor in the house?
We have a doctor in the house.
Maybe.
We've got Dr. Segal joining us, but tune in on Saturday, Cooking Up Chaos with Baxton and Bailey with some homemade guacamole. Our morning show is going to be playing after our afternoon show because it's a little chaotic. We're going to just call it a chaotic Tuesday.
Who brought the chips?
They did. Baxton did.
That's Baxton's. Those chips are outstanding.
Have you never had them before?
Never.
They make a key lime one also.
You've had that?
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of stuff on
A
them.
little bit of salt and a little bit of flavor.
I feel like I was at the beach. You ever go to the beach and you say, man, it looks like I swallowed the ocean?
You may need some water for that. And we had Fuego back in house today, so that was pretty cool.
They were having a ball. And guess who Fuego interviews? Of all people,
Yeah.
Comcast. And he looks at me, and I gave him the business, and he looked, let me make a call.
He said, it's coming back, and then I went down, it's coming back. I said, thank you, would you like to join us? And they said, no, we need to talk to Freddie. Very serious. Can I help you? No.
There's a
We
reason.
need to talk to Freddie about the internet. I'm like,
They're
"Oh,
going to come see us Thursday with some options.
about the internet?
We need a backup, Dawn. I can't do this.
Oh, do they have backup options?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of options.
As long as you pay for it.
As long as you pay.
Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to the American way.
Doc knows all about that because they told him the same thing. You know, when it goes down and you're getting the water, this doesn't work. So we have to come
It
up.
doesn't work when you're a production house and you're relying on it. Actually, it doesn't really work for anything because you can't get to your emails. I can't even get to the printer.
Well, you could use your phone. No, you can't use the
I
printer.
can't get to the printer, so it's this craziest thing how bound we are to the internet. You talk about a niche market.
Do you know if there was no electricity and everybody was without electricity, there'd be chaos.
There would be mass chaos.
I mean, nobody knows how to light a match to put a torch together.
But again, we got a long day here, but our internet seems to be in and out. We're going to get this show out to you, but I'm excited because every month we send out our Brooklyn Cafe Gazette. We call it our newsletter. Every day it goes out, and last month I put in a coupon for a free interview for anyone that wanted to take part of it. It went out to 3,000 names, and only one came forward. So I'm really excited because it was the next day.
That's 100%.
It's 100% less than zero. And I'm really excited because getting through summer was not easy for a lot of us. And now that we're through summer, we're still feeling the ramifications of a tough summer here in South
It was
Florida,
very
right?
tough, yeah.
You know, got through in September. It's like, oh, we're September, but you're seeing what it was like to deplete different savings and everything that people went through in the summer just to keep going. But we've got Dr. John Segal joining us of My Body Works Wellness. And we met Dr. Segal, I think, when you first opened in Delray 4 years ago.
4 years
You
ago.
were just opening up, and it's been a minute, as they say, but he's still on our mailing list and got our newsletter, and his marketing department reached out, and we said, come on down.
Was Doc in the studio with us?
Yes,
Was he in the back or in the front?
back.
Oh, so we already had been there a couple of months. Okay.
So welcome, Dr. Segal. Now, My Body Works started. You certainly have expanded.
Yes, thank you for having me. We really appreciate this opportunity to get out to the community especially. But we've been very blessed. We've expanded into the medical aspect now, into the regenerative medicine field. And we now help patients of all type through chiropractic, spinal reconstruction, spinal posture fixing. We also do regenerative medicine for Wharton's Jelly, which helps joint repair. We do a lot of nutrition, detoxing. We do a lot of IV nutrition as well. So it's been a blessing to really help patients get healthy, but those also stay healthy for life. It's kind of our new motto and new purpose.
Now, one of the things that is affecting all of us, including us in the media business, entertainment business, is getting people to feel comfortable enough to come back skin to skin, to come back and see you. Have you faced that dilemma in what's happening after COVID?
We really have not. We've been very blessed. We've been open every day, helping patients all throughout. And when things were tough, we were helping the fire department, police department, and all the doctors stay healthy. So we've been very blessed to stay open. But what we do can't be done from a house. We can't fix someone's spine from the house, so they do have to come in to get treatment. And we've got a lot of options to help people in different ways.
It's funny that he's here today because this morning, Kimberly?
Karen?
Yeah. Karen. Her too. Karen texted me that she has a bad back. And she was asking, do we know anybody that can help her?
Oh, there you go.
She almost came today, but she was in so much pain she couldn't get out of bed. She said, no, I'm going to stay home today. She's going to try to come next week. And I'm going to send her straight to Doc because that's what you do. You help people with back pains.
Well, absolutely. Most people don't realize what chiropractic is. Chiropractic is not just about the manipulation of the bone, it's about bringing postural curves back to the spine, which is your overall health. So pain is one aspect of what we do, but it's bringing back the function of the body and the nervous system, basically from top down, inside out. So pain, yes, we can help with, and we specialize in that, but it's also restoring the body back to its optimal health.
Inflammation, how do we deal with inflammation throughout the body?
Inflammation comes from two areas. Inflammation comes from internal as well as external. So we can look at the blood and see if there's factors in there causing inflammation, but we can also use things like electric stimulation, heat, ice, and also chiropractic care to decrease inflammation. But it comes from inside the body as well as externally as well.
How does chiropractic care, because traditionally what I know of it, it's manipulation, it's physical manipulation of, I guess, your spine and extremities. How would that, to me, that would increase inflammation, right? If you're manipulating it, how would it decrease it?
Well, the problem is people don't realize you have two vertebrae. Between a vertebra is a disc, and then there's a nerve that comes out. If a bone hits a nerve, and we use a term called subluxation. You've heard of a dislocation, correct?
Right.
A dislocation is a little bit more in depth than a subluxation, but if a bone hits a nerve, it causes an inflammatory response, also a nervous system response. So chiropractors take the bone back off the nervous system, which then lets the body's ability to heal itself faster. So we're actually taking the blockage off. Almost like, you ever step on a hose and the water stops?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. If a bone hits a nerve, the nerve can't function properly or the electricity stops. So chiropractors are amazing at taking the inflammation out by decreasing the nervous system interference.
So the nerve is touching the bone, is that what's happening?
Vertebra
If you're
can
in pain.
absolutely hit the nervous system, yeah. Also the spinal cord as well. It can hit both.
Wow, you know how many nerves we have throughout? How do you detect that? I mean, there's so many.
We have a policy in our office, we take x-rays on everybody because of the fact that an x-ray can show me exactly where the bone is if it's affecting the nervous system, if it's affecting the spinal cord. So we take x-rays on everybody. Young kids we typically don't, pregnant women we don't, but we definitely want the x-ray first to make sure that we won't hurt anybody and to also see where the subluxations are. If we need to, we'll do an MRI or even send out for CAT scans as well.
The ice will shrink the inflammation, thereby the bone is not touching the nerve until that goes away, and then it goes right back to where it is?
Well, here's the issue with chiropractic and a lot of things we do. Physical therapy, acupuncture, pain medication. See, we put a bone back in the proper position. However, that bone can go right back to where it was because of muscle memory like you were talking about.
Right.
However, we are different. I was really blessed. I've trained all over the world. In fact, I've taught in 40 countries around the world to doctors, orthopedists, medical doctors, and chiropractors a technique that puts the bone back in the proper position, but we strengthen the intrinsic ligaments around it so it doesn't go back. So we're basically a specialist office. You've heard of scoliosis.
Yeah.
We can typically get scoliosis better and correct them fully under 20 degrees. If they're worse than that, we can get them better. And everybody now has a major issue. It's called a cell phone. Everybody has their head down all day, which basically means we're losing the curve we're supposed to have in our neck. In our specialty that we do in the practice, we can restore those curves, which take the pressure off the spinal cord and the nerves, which basically decreases the inflammation but restores the body to optimal health. So we are a specialist in nature, so we actually fix the problem once and for all, as opposed to providing a Band-Aid.
Yeah, the cell phones, forget about it. Because I know my traps are always tight, and I realize I'm always like this. And we're all always like this. Forget texting thumbs.
It's funny.
It's your neck.
She
She's
started
going like
like
this. Yeah.
She started going like this when you said that. Wait a minute,
Right,
my
you
neck.
see people all the time going like this.
It hurts me seeing people look down. It's funny. I'll walk through Atlantic Avenue, and we have we're so blessed. We have so many patients all over. And I walk down Atlantic Avenue because I teach everybody to hold their phone in front of their face, not look down at it. So I'm walking by and I see all the restaurants, and all I see out of the corner of my eyes, people holding their cell phones back up again when they see me walking down.
That's hilarious.
Because if you look down, you destroy the curve in your body, and your body compresses. So you really need to always have your chin balanced with the floor or your cell phone as well at eye level.
I think I'm going to create the
Get out of
leveler.
my head. Do you
The
remember
leveler.
Steve Martin and the jerking at the glasses?
The whole
Or whatever he was holding, everyone's
Holding
eyes.
it in the nose.
But now you got to
Everybody
put
got
everyone's neck
cockeyed.
up.
No, I think.
I bet they
How
must
many
make a
car
brace to do
accidents
that.
will this happen? You driving, walking around like that, with the thing from your shoulders holding the phone.
Amazon sells one for $14.95, if you can believe it. Some that holds a cell phone. We found
Seriously?
it. Absolutely, yes.
What, do you wear it on your shoulders like a brace?
No, it comes around your head, and it actually holds the cell phone directly in front of you. It's kind of funny looking. I don't know if I would, if I would do it, but they do sell one, yes.
Interesting.
Doc, that could be your calling card. Do you want to look like this?
Crazy. But you know what's so interesting about chiropractic medicine? It's different than regular allopathic medicine, rather than a medical doctor, those that have an MD. Because you're looking at, it's more in line with the osteopathic, I think, right? Because you're more of the wholeness and the wellness of the patient. And you're looking at the holistic patient as opposed to allopathic, where if you've got pain, let me inject your knee. Let me do it this way. If you've got a stomach ache, let's look at your stomach. Whereas your practice has grown so much because you're looking at the entire body. You're realizing that the inflammation comes from somewhere.
Absolutely, and we do look at the whole body. So we do blood work on most of our patients. We're very blessed to be able to do that right out of the office with our medical division. So we look at internal things, but we also look at external through X-ray, MRI, and CAT scans as well. But we look at the body as a whole. Because the brain sends a signal down the spine out through nerves. So we look at the body from inside out, as opposed to allopathic is outside in. But we look at both aspects of the body, and chiropractors are trained in nutrition extensively, as well as the structure of the body. And I've been blessed, my first degree is in pre-med nutrition, so I've taught nutrition literally around the world as well, because nutrition is a big part. And I tell everybody, if you have 100% of your health right within this little space here, 90% of it comes from your spine, because your spine and your nervous system control everything within the body. The other 10% is nutrition and exercise, and of that 10%, 90% is what you put in the body nutritionally. The other 10% is exercise. Now, you need all three. However, if a bone hits a nerve and a nerve goes to your digestive tract, it doesn't matter what you put in your body, medicines, nutrition, good food, the body can't function properly. So chiropractic is blessed to look at the body as a whole.
And what do you look at for food and nutrition? What's your starting point with a patient?
We'll do a detailed analysis and consult first, because there's a lot of issues going on right now, right? We have metals and pesticides and toxins in the food. We just eat poorly as a society now. So we do a detailed analysis first to see what they're eating, how they're eating. Is it organic? Is it non-organic? And then basically on past history as well, and medical history. So we do a full analysis. We'll typically do blood work on all of our patients as well to see what's going on internally as well, because a lot of things can be healed through the food you eat. They always say, let food be thy medicine. It's absolutely true. The problem is our food streams are destroyed, as people know, and they're very toxic. So we actually educate people tremendously on buying the proper foods, where to shop, how to shop, as well as what to eat.
That's true, because you brought up the
Remember
Tylenol
that?
thing.
I saw this crazy class action lawsuit that they're trying. It was on social media. A pregnant woman that took Tylenol or had a baby and was diagnosed with autism, if you took Tylenol, there apparently is some attorneys out there that are trying to bring forth this class action lawsuit. Think any woman that you know that's had a child that did not take Tylenol for 9 months.
My wife didn't. We have 3 kids. My wife didn't take one medication the whole
Wow.
entire time.
That's amazing.
She got adjusted every single week, and we take care of pregnant women all the time. We take care of babies, literally few days old. My 3 kids have been adjusted since the first minutes of life. Absolutely incredible. In fact, my wife had a C-section, and I adjusted my son right from the C-section, and all the doctors and the nurses were watching. It was an absolute blessing.
What does that do? So if you adjusted your wife, was she in pain, or it was an overall body wellness adjustment? Are there two different things?
Well, my wife was in pain, and most women are in pain from pregnancy because of all the excess weight, right? It's an extra 30 or 40 pounds on the body, and if a bone hits a nerve, it can cause pain. So most pregnant women feel some sort of discomfort or pain, so that's why she was adjusted, but also because of the immune system. Again, the brain sends a signal down the spinal cord out through nerves to every organ, bone cell, tissue, muscle, and gland in the body. So if she's sitting in awkward positions, her immune system is becoming compromised as well, so we wanted to keep the immune system strong.
I did not realize chiropractic helps with the immune system.
Absolutely, yes.
And you've expanded now from chiropractic to regenerative medicine that is inclusive of nutrition, supplements, What else?
Yes, we do a lot. Well, typically we start out with blood work. We take the blood right in the office and we send it out to a laboratory. And we look for a lot of different factors. In fact, we do a complete well check. So we look at the normal red blood cells, white blood cell count, the overall hematology. We look at A1Cs for diabetes, fats, all the norms. But we also look for hormonal counts because hormones are a huge problem now, where they're being affected from the foods we eat or decreasing hormones in the medicines we take as well. We also look at vitamin deficiencies. IV nutrition is now the new big thing because of the fact that we're not eating the foods that we should be eating, or that we're not getting the nutrients in the foods that we're eating. So we do a lot of IV nutrition, whether it's a push or an IV actually, or through supplementation. We do B12 shots, and yes, we do regenerative medicine. It's been an absolute blessing the last couple of years to see people regenerate their joints from their knees to their hips to their shoulders. So we're basically what we kind of say is a holistic hospital. We can help you from inside out and outside in as well.
And I keep hearing about glutathione. That seems to be everyone's go-to.
Yes.
Is IV glutathione. And you're going to say, what's glutathione? So I'm going to let Dr. Segal explain what it is and why this is now the hot, oh, everyone needs this.
Right. Glutathione is a very strong antioxidant. So it's very, very healthy for the body. And in fact, we have a lot of post-cancer patients that get the approval from their doctors to use glutathione to keep the immune system strong. We've had a lot of post-COVID patients use glutathione. And we mix it in something called a Myers cocktail, which is a high dosage of vitamin C, a B complex, and magnesium, and then water, and we add the glutathione to it. So if you feel like you're coming down with a cold or feeling sick, you may do an IV or a push with glutathione, but it's just great for the immune system.
And as people are going to that, even like hangover Myers cocktail, right? You're out drinking on Atlantic Avenue, you probably get a lot of that the next day.
We have, yes, and we don't promote it because of that. But it's really the water that's hydrating you back again, and the magnesium that actually gets rid of headaches. So people with migraines and headaches, in the Myers cocktail is magnesium, and that can typically get rid of headaches or migraines in about 30 to 45 minutes. So that's why it's been known as the cure for drinking too much the night before. We don't want to be known by that, but it's really more for overall health that we use it for. We also use it for anemic conditions, because iron doesn't bind to the red blood cell. So if you have high dosage of vitamin C, the iron can bind, and we can bring people back that are anemic and fatigued all the time just through a Myers cocktail once a week. They have their energy and their life restored. It's absolutely incredible to watch.
And you talked about diabetes. How can adjustment help with diabetes? Either, I guess, start with type 2.
Well, diabetes really comes more from diet and exercise than it would come from the adjustment. Now, if there is a bone hitting a nerve that goes to the pancreas, could that be affecting it? Absolutely. But diabetic issues really come down to more exercise and nutrition, which we help our patients tremendously within the practice.
And what about, you would ask neuropathy in your feet and your legs? Can you help with that?
We can. We get a lot of neuropathy patients. Neuropathy is basically because the nervous system is cut off, and then the blood, the bloodstream dies off around the nervous system, and that's why you feel heat issues, cold issues, or pain sensitivities. So we use a great neuropathy protocol, and it's a term called angiogenesis. Angiogenesis is increasing blood around the actual nerve, and the nerve can regenerate itself. And we do this all the time, actually. It's just a blessing for our patients that can't walk, that can't move, that are in pain all night. And we use a 3-step process. We give them nitric oxide. Nitric oxide increases oxygen within the body. It's a clean supplement that really has no side effects. We use a red light, an FDA-approved red light boot, and we can use it on the shoulder, the hand, the knee, or the feet, which is where typical most neuropathies come from. And the red light creates angiogenesis, more blood supply. And then we use a microcurrent. Microcurrent stimulates the nerve system. So if we can increase the blood flow around the nerve tissue will actually increase itself and come back to life. And we've seen miracles happening in our neuropathy patients.
And it doesn't die afterwards, after you stop the treatment? It doesn't go back to, or do you have to do the treatment for the rest of your life? Right.
Most of our patients will stay on a maintenance treatment. In fact, we give them equipment to take home that they keep for life. But once the nerve comes back, we also look at the spine, because if a bone hits the nerve in the lower back, it will actually cut off the nerve supply. So we not only look at the back or the neck where it may be coming from, we also look at the nerves that are being affected. Once we actually increase them, we teach the patient how to maintain where they're at, because like a muscle, right? You work out really hard, you lose the muscle. So if you maintain the muscle and work out once a week, you're in better shape. So we teach and educate our patients how to maintain the corrections and the nervous system once it comes back.
How long does it take on the treatment before you start seeing differences?
Everybody's completely different. I've had patients within a few weeks feel, from a neuropathy perspective, get better, and I've had some take 14 or 15 months to get better. Everybody's completely different.
Interesting.
What's interesting is that you can do it, the equipment at home. So instead of coming to you 3 times a week, whatever the protocol would be, when you go home at 9 o'clock at night, you can do the treatment and not have to worry about at 5 o'clock I got to be here, I can't get to Dr. Segal's office, and then a week goes. Remember, I used to go to Carmen 2 weeks ago, and a month would go by. By having it home, you increase compliance.
Absolutely. This has just been a blessing. We're part of a group of over 300 doctors that uses these techniques, and literally hundreds of thousands of patients with neuropathy have been helped, anywhere from a little bit better to completely better. We had an 86-year-old female who could barely walk, couldn't feel her feet, was in pain all the time, and by us restoring the curve in the lumbar area, by bringing back the L5-S1 disc height, and then using this technique with nitric oxide, angiogenesis, and the red light, she was able to walk again. It was absolutely amazing and be pain-free so she could sleep better at night. And she had a great story. She was the first female boat driver for water skis. And she's a famous woman, I guess, in the water ski industry. And she was able to drive the boat again. So she was so excited and pull all these females that were basically her idols for years and years.
That's amazing. And does insurance cover any of your care?
Yes and no. It covers some of the medical care we do. Typically on the chiropractic side, there's not much insurance benefit. We do accept most major insurances, but we do accept Medicare on the medical side of it for our physical therapy, our blood work, and some of the treatments we do. So a lot of the services are cash, but if there is insurance, we will accept it if we can.
Interesting. A lot of great information. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. Dr. John Segal of My Body Works Wellness is joining us today. Stay tuned for more information. We'll be back on the other side of this break. See you in a little bit.
Planning for the future should not be painful and needs to be discussed. From health, family, finances, allow qualified professionals to aid in your planning. Luhu Advisors have been serving South Florida for over 30 years. A licensed real estate broker, insurance agent, assisted living administrator, and certified senior advisor, Paul Solomon is the most qualified and well-rounded advisor for any task. Specializing in real estate, long-term care, life insurance and annuities, Social Security, government benefits, and senior housing. Luhu Advisors. Let us help you.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Creative, enchanting, whimsical. Artist Gina Bella is always creating artwork based on real stories and emotions, expressed through Italian papers, paints, flowers, metals, and clay. Her feelings and stories come to life. Complete with glittery diamond dust over paintings and pottery, Gina Bella is always creating new pieces and commissions. You can find her work in staging homes, family Christian bookstores, New Jersey boutiques, and the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery, where she offers personal guided tours of her latest art pieces. Gina can also be found hosting weekend art camps, where she teaches adults and children pottery, painting, and jewelry. For more information on Gina Bella and her art, contact livinglifeartfully@gmail.com or give a call to 954-857-5444. We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. Whether you enjoy watching in the mornings or afternoons, You can now watch with your favorite merchandise. Choose from the Brooklyn Cafe t-shirts, ranging from sizes small to 3XL. Colors available include black, dark heather, and navy. Feeling chilly? Just check out our latest hoodie with over 9 colors to choose from. Sip on some Brooklyn Cafe coffee with Dawn and Freddie in a matching mug as seen on set. Brooklyn hats and special seasonal items are always popping up and available upon request. To purchase, you can visit our online store at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy shopping!
Coffee News is a fun, family-friendly weekly publication provided free to restaurants, coffee shops, and waiting areas for customers to enjoy. Grow your business today through the power of effective, affordable advertising. Coffee News is an active marketing medium specializing in the ongoing weekly promotion of your business. This builds awareness for your company so you become known as the leader of your industry and develop brand awareness so people think of you first when they want your services or products. Maximize your visibility and achieve outstanding results. For more information on Coffee News, contact Sunrise Coffee News at mail.com or give them a call at 954-951-7870.
Ever needed a good read? Maybe a book to keep your mind off things. Frank A. Ruffalo is an internationally known author and accomplished screenwriter. He's written many successful novels with amazing stories. Fiction adventures like The Lady of the Harbor, The Trihedral of Chaos, Gabriel's Chalice, 10048, and many more. For more information, visit www.frankaruffalo.com or you can find Frank Ruffalo on Amazon.
Bright, bold, beautiful. Audrey Omar creates artwork pieces that make a statement in any room. Using ethically sourced material, these handmade artworks are made in collaboration with divine higher power. This unique method gives vision, passion, and energy to every piece. Find Audrey Omar's work at the Brooklyn Cafe Studios or audreynow.com. Audrey Omar, art that opens the heart.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
So I found this one on Amazon. We're back with Dr. John Segal of My Body Works. I'm looking at it's called a lazy neck phone holder. That's one of them, where you put it on your neck, and it's kind of a wire bar. You can just sit there. And I don't know how you text, but I guess you can do FaceTime that way, which is kind of interesting.
I can see your eyes getting crisscrossed in this one.
It's kind of interesting to see, but that's definitely a thing that you don't realize. You're always bending down. I remember kids used to come in with their thumbs hurt. I used to work in pediatrics, and their thumbs was always a thing. It was like a texting thumb, they would call it.
I see with my son, he plays video games all the time and his friends, and he can't sit still anymore. He's always trying to hold a blanket or a fork or something. It's really a nervous system issue going on now, and I see with all young children, they just can't stop their fingers. You're right.
That's interesting.
Well, you ever go home from being on the computer all day and you get cramps in your hands?
My brain just gets, by the end of the day, my brain, the amount of information that we're all processing in a day quickly.
Cramps in your brain?
I get cramps in my brain. My brain just says, just stop. It just has to shut down. Think of all the information that we're all getting every day, and it's constant, and it's fast. It's not even like you're reading a newspaper. It's quick. It's in and out. Like, how quick did I just find that Amazon neck holder?
Very fast.
And that's what it is.
Speedy Gonzalez fingers.
But I want to ask Dr. Segal, this nervous system change, is this something that you work with in chiropractic because you're working within the spine and the nervous system?
Well, chiropractic's premise is the nervous system. Most people don't realize that. They come to us because of pain. So if you have a nerve and you look into the nerve, people don't realize only 10% of the nerve feels pain. 90% is for function. So chiropractic, by taking the bone off of the nerve, allows the nervous system to function. Just again, like stepping on a hose and stop the water, a bone hitting a nerve called a subluxation stops it. So chiropractic is about restoring the curves back in the spine and the function so the nervous system can work. And that's really what we do and what we were founded. In fact, the chiropractic birthday is coming up in a few days, and it's been about 110 years, I believe, that we've been around, and it's about the nervous system and the immune system.
When they say pinch nerve, what are they talking about?
A bone compressing a nerve. Exactly what we were talking about. It's just the bone will actually physically hit that nerve.
Football players get a lot of pinch nerves, right? Because of the constant hitting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're blessed. We take care of some of the some famous NFL players that you know, and they have horrible spines, unfortunately.
And even people sitting, the sedentary lifestyle, ever have a backache?
I used to when I was younger. I don't have that anymore.
Your back never hurt you?
No, everything else hurts.
Knees
except my
ever
back.
hurt you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is.
But it doesn't have to be. That's what I think what's so important, Dr. Segal, is 50s, 60s doesn't mean you have to live the rest of your life in pain.
No, not at all. I keep telling everybody I'm about to be 50 in 3 months, and I can still slam dunk a basketball. I can play tennis all day. I work out 4 days a week. I take care of hundreds of patients, and I'm no better than anybody else. But I work at my body. So I not only take care of what I eat and how I exercise, but I take care of my spine. It's been 22 years now that I corrected the curves in my spine through the special technique that we do in the office, but every week I work on it, and that's really, really important. But most people don't perceive the spine as needed. They think, as you were saying, when I hurt, I go to the doctor. We actually do the opposite. Our goal is actually to be preventative. So we stop things from ever occurring. So we teach people how to get healthy, restore their curves, and then we teach them how to maintain it.
That's why I think that insurance should cover all of that, because it's preventative. If you got pain and they don't, okay, I get that. But if you are doing this maintenance program, they should cover it, because it means you're going to spend less money having to use the cure, right?
Well, that's part of our problem with our insurance companies, but absolutely. But think about if your hips hurt, it's because you're sitting and you end up being bone on bone. It's not only athletes that get degenerative joint disease.
Actually, it's mostly not athletes because they take care of themselves a little bit better typically. It's everybody that sits. And you know, and you've heard the term sitting is the new smoking. See, when your body's sitting, your body compresses, and that compression causes pain because the bone hits a nerve, and that nerve sensation can feel pain. So the more we sit, the actual more destructive we are to the spine. So we teach people to get stand-up desks, to get wobble chairs, which actually move and create motion. But we always say a body in motion is good, a body at rest is not good. So yeah, the more you stand up, the more you move around, the better you are.
And I think working over computers also, right? We're always hunched over.
Absolutely.
Is there a technique that we're not hunched over a computer?
You have to get everything eye level. It comes down to your posture. I always tell everybody your chin needs to be balanced with the floor. When you walk, when you look at a computer, when you look at a cell phone, your chin should always be parallel with the floor. What happens is we're always looking down and our bodies start to compress. You know, it's really interesting. I had a practice in Denver, Colorado back between 2003 and 2007 before cell phones came out. 30% of my patients that would walk in the door would have a straight neck. Now, most people don't realize you have a curve in your neck. It's not supposed to be straight. So 30% of my patients had a straight neck, and typically from looking at computers. And about 30% of my patients had a scoliosis, which means a bending of one side to the other. Now, and this is absolutely insane, I'm going to say about 95% of the patients that walk in my door have no curve in their neck, and about 80% of my patients have scoliosis. And it's because we're looking down and the body's compressing. And this is from children and teenagers all the way through. So it's really an epidemic now.
You can help this without, I remember I had a friend who had a brace for scoliosis. It was that chin, that long cage.
Right.
Are they still doing that?
Sometimes, yes, but that's called a Harrington rod brace typically, and you have to have a scoliosis over 40 degrees. Most people that we see have scoliosis is between 10 and 20 degrees. That seems to be about the average. But the epidemic now, it's going to get worse because we're seeing so many teenagers now with scoliosis. I mean, literally 7 or 8 out of 10 teenagers now have a bending in their spine, which only gets worse with time.
I was going to ask you kyphosis. My grandmother had a horrible kyphosis, so her back was like a hunch, like that hunchback.
Yep.
Can you help with that, or once it's fused, we can't do anything?
No, well, once it's fused, there's nothing you can do
Okay.
because the bones won't move. However, most people are not typically fused until you get later in life. We're considered the hump busters, our office. That's a lot of what our patients call us. It's really kind of fun. In fact, we had a patient 2 years ago that came in and she's like, I have this hump behind my neck and I'm getting married in 6 months and I heard about you guys. Can you believe that we got rid of her hump in 6 months? See, what happens is when the head comes forward, the muscle tissue thickens, and that's what the hump is, and eventually it calcifies. But if we bring the head back up, the tissue relaxes, right? It doesn't have to work as hard to bring the head back up. And we have a saying, bone pulls muscle, muscle doesn't pull bone. Your head's a big bone, so it's pulling the muscle. So we fixed this young woman, and I was really upset because she didn't invite us to the wedding. I was hoping it was good food, I heard, but we got rid of the hump. So yes, the humps will absolutely go away in a fairly quick period of time as long as they're not calcified.
I thought you were going to say he didn't want to marry her because she got rid of the hump. That was the whole
Of
love
course,
thing
she
with
got
the
married
hump.
because she got rid of the
No,
hump.
you got rid of the hump. I'm not marrying you.
You know, because one thing you always see is elderly people, they've got this hump and they start walking like this. And to me, that's one of the first signs you know someone's aging.
Right.
It's the slumps, the slouched shoulders. And so I'm always doing this. I'm always doing this. And you're always doing the other way, but the hump busters, you know, Ghostbusters? The hump busters.
You're at it again.
Well, we always say age is just because you've done the same wrong thing longer. That's really what happened. However, I do have people under the kind of care that we teach. So we do a special technique called Pedibond. I did not invent it. I was just very blessed to work with Dr. Brol Pedibond, who passed away, I think it's about 5 years ago now. And he was a worldwide chiropractor. Everybody knew him because he was an engineer that actually learned how to fix his scoliosis. And this technique is taught in all the schools around the world. And I was blessed to do consulting work and work with his company. That's how I learned this technique for our practice. And it really gets rid of the humps and it helps get rid of scoliosis, but it's a special technique. And a lot of the work we do is done in your house. So again, you said you couldn't come to the office a lot. What we teach you, you can do right in your house, and it's based on a weighting system. If you pick something heavy up in your right arm, your body will go to the opposite way. If you pick up a heavy box, your body goes backwards. So watch, if my head comes forward and I put a weight on my head, my ligaments will counter strengthen and my head will come right back up. That's how you get rid of the hump. You see a lot of people bend this way. So if I put a weight here on my head, these ligaments strengthen and the head goes back over here. So it's a weighting system that Brol Pedibond developed that actually restores the curves back into the body, which restores your health to allow the nervous system to function. And that's, again, right back to chiropractic.
Here's a question. Does yoga help?
This is the one I get asked every day because yoga is kind of one of the new in things. Stretching is amazing for the body. In fact, we have 2 stretch therapists that are phenomenal in our practice. Yoga can be detrimental, though, to the body because if the ligaments loosen up too much, the body becomes way too pliable. And I see a lot of people doing yoga upside down and all these crazy moves, and that does become dangerous. Now, I am a huge proponent of stretching, so yoga can help, but you have to be really careful. But I do love Pilates. Pilates really strengthens the core. I've never received an injury in my practice from Pilates yet, but we do have a lot of injuries from yoga, people doing things that the body really wasn't meant to do.
I got to tell you, when I used to coach wrestlers, they used to do the neck bridge. And I always wondered why they did that. You just explained it. And they used to go backwards and put weight on the head to get the ligaments harder on, because they used to do, they used to put people in braces, you know, in headlocks. And then these guys are so good, they used to flip over. And I used to say, how do you do that? But I guess the straightening of the neck is vital. Even in football, it's vital. Because of all the injuries that you take on your back and your spine and everything else.
Interesting. What's the best way for people to reach you, and where are you located?
Yes, our name is My Body Works Wellness. You can go to mybodyworkswellness.com. It talks about everything that we do. And we're right on Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. We've got incredible parking, which is really nice on Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. And we're 301 West Atlantic Avenue, Suite R-6, Delray Beach, 33444. Or you can just call us or text us at the same number, 561-926-9494.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Segal, for joining us. It has been a pleasure to reconnect with you. For more information, contact Dr. Segal and My Body Works at 561-926-9494. 9494.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, more with our Talk to Me Tuesday, Wellness Tuesday. We'll see what else we got coming up. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Call 800-651-4808.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got covered with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to ARWHome.com now.
Call 877-281-0289.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
We got Chef Martin coming on.
Chef Martin and Chaos Braxton.
You know what today is?
National Peanut Day.
With a T.
Peanut.
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 With a T, period.
Period T.
With a T.
I say peanut. You get nuts.
It is National Peanut Day. But that was a great segment we did with Dr. John Segal.
It is. And you know, he's very articulate. He's very good.
A lot of information, right?
See if we could do it in Spanish. with him and his wife. I'd like to have him come on Tuesday and do that as well.
You know what I was reading today, which is interesting? The largest change in our voters right now, who do you think it is?
In our voters?
A new demographic that is going to make the
Millennials.
change in everything.
Millennials.
Female Hispanic Republicans.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, whether you're Republican or whatever you believe in.
I think they're scared of communism taking
Interesting.
over, because that's like people from Cuba, when they come over here, that's all they're raised in is a communistic society. So they don't, the way people advertise Democrats, they advertise them as communists and all these sort of
Socialists.
things, and socialists. So that's why these Latina voters are going to the right side. Or
Female Latinas
I
is-
hate to admit it.
We
but you're
talked about
100%
this, right? Interesting.
My cousin, when I was in Puerto Rico, he went to CCNY in City College in New York on a full scholarship, full ride, because he was a minority with Spanish, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But he was a socialist, and he started speaking that way. He was a Democrat. And my uncles were all Republicans. My God, they were in my house. I had to separate them. They were nuts. Now that you say that, the socialistic idea, yeah, I can see women jumping on in front of that.
You know, so Dorcas, who was with Mike's show,
Yeah.
she's in a niche. The female Latina Republicans seem to be, that's what's going to, maybe, if people get out to vote and they get there, going to
She
change
should be
the
on
race.
the air. I told her, she's supposed to come next Monday. She should be out there banging that drum and getting some attention towards that whole demographic.
Interesting, right?
Now, we heard that the elections in November are going to be wackadoodle, and did I say wackadoodle?
they're all wackadoodle.
They're all
No, this is
wackadoodle.
going to be super wackadoodle, meaning that who's going to win is the person you least expect. I'm thinking an independent is going to win the presidency.
Really?
I mean, how wackadoodle can you get if that happens?
Wow.
It's not even the presidential election this year. It's
No, I mean in 24, but I
Oh,
think that
yeah.
a lot of independents are going to go in to the House and the Senate and everything else. I think Rubio loses. I just get this feel.
I hope
I don't know
so.
what's going on.
We have to get out of this bipartisan party system.
I
that we
agree.
have.
How do
Because
you
we're
do
really
that?
not bipartisan, because each party has now gone so far
Yeah.
to their end, there's
Well,
no
it's just making
moderates.
things worse.
Yep, exactly.
There's no cooperation.
We've
There's
got no
deal
moderation.
making, Negotiations have stopped. It's just horrendous.
Which is why the independents. So I got this graphic. There's baby boomers, Generation X, and millennials.
Grab another mic and sit over there.
Baby boomers, 1946 to 1964. Optimistic, competitive, workaholic, and team-oriented. They say they're shaped by the Vietnam War, Civil Rights Movement, and Watergate. They're motivated by company loyalty, teamwork, and duty. Their communication style is whatever is most efficient, including phone calls and face-to-face.
Why Watergate?
Think about the time frame of where everyone, 1946 to 64.
Yeah, I know, but Watergate
Worldview,
doesn't.
good or bad. You're talking about politics, right? Achievement comes after paying one's dues and sacrificing for success. Says employers should provide them with specific goals and deadlines, put them in mentor roles, and offer coaching style feedback.
Well, let me ask a question. Do you believe that loans should be forgiven, even though half the population has been doing everything in its power to pay them, and all of a sudden new loans don't apply. There's certain people that just started paying their loans are all forgiven. Do you think that's fair?
I don't think they're any all forgiven. They're saying up to 10,000.
That's why they don't give it all, because they were saying it was unfair.
So it's twofold.
20,000 is 20,000.
I mean, school should be free, but there has to be some other counterpoint to that, making it, I guess, harder for people to get into school or something.
Should
Those-
everybody be granted to go to college?
Yeah. Yeah.
And those that don't make it, just push them to the side and just deal with the ones that want to be there?
It's not that. I mean, I like the theory of capitalism. You work harder, you get paid more. But that's not how it is right now. But that's how it could be for college. As long as it's kept free, the people that work harder, keep them in school. But if they don't work hard, they shouldn't be afforded free education.
But do you think that all kids that are going in there work hard, or they just go to meet people, or they get the
that's the
socialize?
thing. That's the thing. I mean, you have a lot of these preppy people. They can just pay for college and just go there and have a fun time, while you have probably people on like the poorer side that want to go to college to get an actual education and do something with it. They can't afford going in, so they got to go to these community colleges or state colleges that don't have the greatest output system, I guess.
Well, then let me read about millennials. 1981 to 2000. Are you guys millennials? Any of you?
Oh, Bree wants to come on.
2000.
Wait, hold on.
Anyone born after 2000 here?
Oh, so I thought like
You
mine
were,
was like
yeah.
1981, 1980 to like 1995.
Well, this says to 2000. They're saying civic and open-minded, competitive and achievement-oriented, shaped by, this is what's so sad, shaped by Columbine, 9/11, and the internet.
Those are all negative things,
Well,
except for the internet, maybe.
No, that's negative too.
Right, this is what they're motivated by, like Josh said, responsibility, the quality of their manager, and unique work experiences. So it's different work. Communication style, IMs, texts, and emails instead of face-to-face, like baby boomers. Worldview is seeking challenge, growth and development, a fun work life and home life balance. Likely to leave an organization if they don't like change. So it's different. It's different work-life balance versus just working hard and doing what you got to do. Employers should get to know them personally, manage by results, be flexible on their schedule and work assignments, and provide immediate feedback. Totally different. And I'm in the middle of you guys, of you and them. I'm Gen X. But right, so the different things that shape you, your generation has been shaped by so much sadness, right? 9/11, Columbine, and not to mention all the other things that have happened since then. It's different.
Do you think that just because those things happen, you don't have a right to be different? Is being different stepping out of this expected zone?
I think they're more different in this generation than other generations because they're more authentic who they are.
If you're taught to be a certain way and you're not taught anything else, you're going to be that way. But if you're shown the opportunity to do something differently, to think like another group of people or different philosophies, would you do it? Would you take that initiative and do something different, even though people are going to say, well, you're not like the rest of us that grew up under this umbrella? Would you do it? Would you care about being different?
I would.
You would care?
Like,
Or you would do it?
Use your mic.
I think difference is important. I think there's a difference in how different people are sometimes, if that makes sense.
A difference of a difference.
I think it's more accepting now for people to be who they are
Yeah.
and unique than there was when you and I were growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Especially baby boomers. I mean, you think you were born in the 50s or 40s, even differences of religion, sexuality, who you were involved with, totally unacceptable then compared to what it is now. Tattoos then,
Yeah.
now it's an expression and you expect everyone to have their form of creative expression on their body. It's just accepted.
Nowadays, it's not getting a tat, it's about how many you're going to get.
And what
the
it- and
sleeves
what
and
it
all
is,
that.
right.
And the stories behind the tat.
But you and I, we're in a creative workspace. I can't, and they're all in the same creative workspace. Different workspaces might have different acceptances, different things.
I believe that if they took the initiative to step out of the box and do things differently, no matter who thinks you are what, you will see that they will all come to you because they will all want to march to the same song. Everybody's stuck in this box that people expect you to be. And if you step out of that box and you become different, then you become a leader, and everybody's going to come to you and ask you, well, how do you do this and how do you do that? And I could give you tons of examples in this room. Tons.
Speaking of which, Cooking Up Chaos,
Yeah.
who now has a Chef Martin appearance. What's your episode about this week? Baxton?
What did you cook?
What did you make today on Cooking Up Chaos?
Guacamole. Tableside guacamole.
How was it? I thought it was
outstanding.
delicious.
I thought it was really, really good.
It was better than the store-bought.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course it was.
It really was.
Yeah,
And it was what, like 5 ingredients?
It was 3 avocados, lime juice, garlic paste, diced onions, diced tomatoes, and lime juice.
I think it's the lime juice garlic ratio that's important.
And the cilantro. You cannot forget about the cilantro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
That's very little cilantro. I don't like it.
I think it's the lime juice garlic ratio. I never
And the
quite
cilantro.
get that right. And the cilantro.
That cilantro, if you do not put cilantro in a guacamole, then it doesn't taste right. So cilantro is what gives it that guacamole flavor.
And I don't know. For what makes guacamole good for me is you have to mix it with salsa or at least some fresh tomatoes. Salsa and guacamole is such a good combination together.
It's more of a pico de gallo.
I like the salt and pepper, very simple. Little olive oil. But I gotta tell you, guacamole is very good for diabetes. It stabilizes sugar.
Avocados do, right?
You should put a little hot sauce in there. That would have been good.
Oh, you know what's good? Tuna, I know it's probably the healthiest thing in the world, but tuna and olive oil, delicious.
Yeah. Moving on.
How do you guys enjoy doing Cooking Up Chaos?
Oh
It's
yeah.
fun.
It's sometimes that's the best part of my week. It's outstanding. I love that doing that.
You gotta stop breaking stuff.
Wait, what am I
You
breaking?
get too excited. You broke the bowl.
I knew it.
Did I break the
I
ball?
knew it. You were smashing that thing way too hard.
You use a fork,
Smashing.
not a smash, a fork.
Is that what happened to it?
Oh my
The
God.
avocados were too hard.
Hey, he goes, kids, what's your favorite superhero say? Hulk smash! And he broke the damn bowl.
More to come. Tune in with Cooking with Chaos on Saturday on our kids' television network. More to come. All right, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to play you a delayed, previously recorded morning show. Thank you to Comcast for getting all of that information out. Thank you to Dr. John Segal of My Body Works with an X joining us. Their office is on Atlantic Avenue between I-95 and Swinton. Check them out. They are a full regenerative medicine wellness center. A
Good
lot of
stuff.
great information.
Absolutely.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. We'll see you tonight. We've got connections with Tracy joining us with, you may want to be here, a matchmaker. And then 7:30 is Luhu Advisors. Have a great afternoon.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome, welcome, welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town,
To feel-good stories and messages of hope.
a few jokes and live calling,
Highlighting local businesses.
discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995, Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Donna, what'd you call me here for?
I just want you to tell me why. You know, what's wrong? What did I do wrong? Just tell me why.
Welcome to the morning show.
Kind of.
Brunch. Still is. 10 o'clock is still morning. We're a little
It's
late.
still morning.
'cause
Brunch,
We got no
dinner.
internet, so this show is being brought to you tape delay.
I previously recorded. Ethernet, internet, thank you. Comcast is all I can tell you.
I gotta tell you, you gotta love Comcast.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday?
Yeah.
But all I can tell you is it's Mercury retrograde, so we have to go
Try it
with
again.
the flow, because just when you think you got it managed and under control, Mercury goes, oh no, let me play some more games with you.
Do people change or do circumstances change?
Circumstances change people.
Circumstances change people.
What do you think?
Gotta think about that.
Because people only change due to circumstances.
Really?
I think so.
I can get behind that.
Thank you, Bailey.
No problem, Dawn.
Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Can I elaborate? Thank
Yes,
you.
please.
Please.
Please do.
I think that sometimes something comes in your life when you have to make a change, a drastic change. But sometimes it's changing for the best. But, you know, never forget yourself at the same time.
Even not all changes are drastic. Even just small changes, it's change. It changes people, though. What you always say, what people think about you is none of my business. I disagree with that statement. People have told me that for
Tell
years.
me something new.
I disagree with that. That's all I can say.
Why?
Because I think people's opinion of you is your business because
Why?
it's of you.
Why?
Why? Just not my business.
I can't change the way you...
Well, it's because you and Freddie have that same personality. You guys really don't care what people
I really
think of you.
don't care.
I love that perspective. Josh, do you care what people think of you?
I try not to care, but my
You
anxiety
care.
gets in the way, and yeah,
Oh,
I care.
I feel that.
Yeah.
You care about what people think about you.
Well, of course I do. So,
Freddie and Bree do not care.
you can't change what they think about you, so I don't care.
Why waste the energy?
Exactly.
Brittany?
I don't.
You don't care?
Mike.
Oh, here you go.
Brittany, what's your last name?
Gordon.
Gordon? Okay.
So I don't actually think, I don't care what people think. Opinions aren't facts. So
Facts.
I don't even take them in.
That's
That's,
facts.
that's
Period.
Just your
Period with a T.
thought
Period with a T.
process. That's
Interesting.
not who I am. It doesn't define me.
I
What's
like
your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh!
Are you a Pisces too? You're not.
Capricorn.
Capricorn. When's your birthday?
February 22nd.
So you're kind of on the cusp of Pisces Aquarius.
But I'm a Pisces.
You don't have the temperament of an Aquarius? My brother was an Aquarius. He
So
had
is
the
your
temperament.
son.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, God. Yes.
You're very spiritual, intuitive.
A little bit, but not too much.
What's your biggest strength that you think?
That I don't know. To be honest, I've never really like deeply thought about that. I just like
In this place, it's gonna come to you.
Your strength?
Yeah.
She watches.
You think so? You think
What?
she's humble, quiet,
No.
reserved?
No.
I'm outgoing. I know that.
I think she's out.
When I met this one,
Bree?
she goes, I can't talk to you right now. I'm in class. You'll have to call me back. I say, excuse me? So she
She was
came
in class. Boundaries.
You're lucky I pick up the call.
Then why she pick up the call?
You're lucky.
Then she comes in and I say to Dawn, you're gonna have to handle this one because this one has a
Every
chip
time
and
he
she's
tells
very
this story.
sassy. Was I wrong?
Every time you tell the story.
How many people think that Bree's a little sassy?
You better not raise your hand.
Wow, you don't think so?
So he cares what she thinks.
Wow.
But every time you tell the story, I think it's just so wrong. I don't.
But it's true.
No.
It's true for the T.
No.
True for the
For
T.
the
Is that like period with
Period
a
in
T?
the
How
T?
you use
A
that?
period in the T.
No.
What is a period in the T?
Period with T. You can't say truth with a T.
What is it?
Truth.
True.
Yeah, but it ends with an H.
What'd she say? What'd she say?
Truth ends with an H, so you can't say it's with a T.
That is true.
There's a word that ends. I'm not gonna go. there.
Ends with an H.
So I say true for
I
the
know what
H.
he was about to
It makes
say.
no. It makes no sense.
I don't know.
I was gonna say it. Truth with an H. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Period with a T.
Period with a T. What does that mean?
Peridot, like fact, done, end of discussion.
Period.
What's the T stand for? Period with a T.
You added the T.
Emphasis? So why don't we say period with an exclamation?
It's emphasis.
Oh, God. You guys don't even know what you're talking about because you don't. Okay, period with a T.
Katie told me.
What are you talking about, Freddie?
She just said.
When I start quoting Katie, Josh, you know where we're at.
She just told me truth has an H at the end.
It does. Spell
And then
truth.
she says period with a T.
That's different.
It's different from truth?
Yeah.
Hey, what is period with a T mean?
Period.
Period. Done.
Oh, very clever, Katie.
Anyway, what were we talking about? That we don't really care about what anyone thinks? I don't know how we got to that point. What was I even saying?
I don't know. I have Alzheimer's. I don't remember what that we were just talking about.
I don't know. Anyway.
So you like people to like you all the time, then? You want to be liked.
No.
So you're here to be liked.
Of course I want to be liked.
You're here to be liked.
I don't need to be liked. I just
So I
don't
wake
need to
up in the
be.
morning and go, who's gonna like me?
They don't have to like me. I just don't want them to dislike me.
You can't have one without the other.
But yet there's a lot of people that don't.
You just
I
go out
try to
there
make
and kill
everyone
it.
happy, but I cannot.
I'm glad
See,
you.
if you're gonna do that, you're gonna go crazy trying to make.
Oh my
everything-
God, she's already there.
You just go out there and kill it.
Pretty much.
Period with a T.
I watched Elvis last night. The movie Elvis. Who's seen the movie Elvis? I thought that I was watching a comedy for the
How
first
did you do
hour.
that when we got home?
I watched it.
You didn't like it?
I was so
I'm
tired.
going to tell you something about the movie Elvis. It's about being liked. Exactly. His manager played both sides of the deck. You know, there's a top deck and the bottom deck, right? He played both sides. So he made buttons that said, I hate Elvis. Remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
That sold more than I love Elvis because it was like a fighting of people that wore that because they didn't like his generation, his jockiness, his wiggle.
His wiggle.
Remember this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I see Elvis last night. You didn't see Elvis?
No.
It's a good,
They
I thought
stopped
it
him
was-
from wiggling.
Yeah.
The new Elvis. Do you know where he got his music from?
Yes.
Memphis.
Yes.
The blues. Ain't nothing but a hound dog. That's a blues song. All of it.
Big Mama Thornton.
That's right. Big
Mama
Mama Thornton.
Thornton.
So he wanted to express what he felt in the Deep South. And they said he was a white man
Katie,
with black man
have a
hips.
3-shot? Yeah.
And they wanted him to stop wiggling. So he stood up on stage, the new Elvis. He says, there's still the old Elvis. And he wiggled his finger because he couldn't wiggle.
Wow.
They put him in a suit. He couldn't even breathe.
Can you imagine someone telling you you couldn't do what you do?
But this is what we're talking about here. You ain't here to be liked. You're here to be respected. But you ain't here to be liked.
Well, remember how that TV station told us we had to keep our set plain?
Yeah. What did I do?
I got to put more color back out. I can't keep it black and plain.
I don't
Sorry.
know why you listen to that.
I try to do what the professionals like, but it's not who we are.
So I get this message from this guy that has OCD. Is that a word? OCD?
Yeah.
Is that like period with a T? Okay. So he has OCD, and I call him Blinky. You can't put up art around you because it's very confusing. Meanwhile, he's confusing me just by his gestures. He's OCD. He's like a nervous Nelly. So I don't want plain. I'm not a plain guy.
I know. You and I
So
just don't.
from now on, this is my Leo symbol.
What's that?
The wiggle from Elvis that he was told not to do, but he does.
That's what I'm gonna do from now on. When you tell me not to, I'm gonna give you the finger.
Freddie.
This finger.
He's really just a mushball at heart. Just ask Kenny Love.
I like mush balls.
You're not here.
Am I right?
You're not.
You kind of rough around the edges. What's that, like a Tootsie Pop? And then how many licks does it take to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop?
Ask the owl. He knows.
And then it's like that Tootsie Roll in the middle. Ask the owl.
But you're not here to be liked, so you don't care what other people think.
No, he's a Sour Patch Kid. First they're sour.
Oh
then
my
they're
God.
sweet.
That's you.
Sour sweet.
Sour sweet. That's the first time you meet you is like, and then
Oh
after.
my
Bree, what have you been up to?
I actually, you know.
Clubbing.
Clubbing?
Yeah,
I sure was. Thank
I
you.
heard you've been clubbing.
Yes.
Apparently, there's lots of
You
pictures
This
around.
picture-
and you're like, I'm
There's
sick.
pictures of you clubbing.
Yeah, I was clubbing. Thank you, Katie, because I know it was Katie. Yeah, my friend, she invited me out to the club
More than once.
once.
No, more than once.
No, you
We
gotta
got
post it.
pictures.
Once.
We got the evidence on
It was
Snapchat.
once.
Okay.
Maybe it was just me looking good.
It reminds me of the time the slick went for New Year's to a club.
In the middle of COVID.
In the middle of COVID, it was New Year's.
Of course you did.
And he swore I ain't going out there. No mask, jumping up and down
They
like a
send
crazy
pictures
person.
and videos of him.
And they send me the stuff. They go, yo, what's up with Slick?
He was at Banco up in Clematis.
500 people. And he was in the midst of that. And he says,
bet
no,
he
I didn't
His
go.
mask was on his chin.
Yep. Over here.
He's doing this. And then they gave him a mic, so forget about it. You know, they gave him a mic. So he's over.
They sent video.
Was he drunk?
No,
But they sent
maybe, I don't
video,
know.
and he was like, "I'm not going anywhere."
They sent me video.
Yeah, pretty
He
much.
didn't believe it until I played it. He said, who sent you this? I says, I can't tell you who it was. My goodness gracious.
That's
so she was clubbing?
It wasn't actually.
You have that funny dance when you got.
I wasn't dancing.
See, oh, yeah, no. I'll show you the tape. You have 7,000 hits on your singing. It's ridiculous what's going on. He has 6,000 on playing the
How
piano.
much she got for cutting cake?
22.5K. 3,000.
That's crazy.
My birthday's coming up. Ooh. January.
January. Mine's is coming up too in March.
I
She's
forgot.
in March.
Who's in October?
February.
I just gotta put that out there. A couple months, 24 next year.
So there's a study out that talks about the most popular dogs around the United States and how dogs have a relationship with the people that raise them. So they're kind of like them. What do you think is the most popular dog in 80% of the states?
My guess would be
The
like
German Shepherd.
a golden retriever. My mom has a German shepherd.
Golden Retriever.
So I see a lot
There's
of
a
those.
different breed. His name is Jack.
Hey.
The most popular dog,
Black Labrador.
The
a Labrador. Yep.
I don't know why. They're very smart dogs.
They said they're known as the kindest, most
Yeah.
even-tempered breeds there are.
That's true.
Labradors?
They're loyal and intelligent, and that is why most of them.
And they don't bite you.
According to the data, Labradors led the way in Alabama, Alaska, Arizona. Oh my gosh, the amount of states. Golden Retrievers are ranked as the second most popular breed.
If it wasn't for their fur.
Imagine they have Golden Doodles and Labradoodles.
I don't
That's why you
like-
put them with the
Golden
poodles.
Labradoodle, those dogs are ugly. If it wasn't for their fur, I think that the Huskies would be the best dogs ever. They are so affectionate.
They say French Bulldogs were the
They
popular
would-
choice also in
they-
Hawaii.
I hate dogs.
French.
You don't like dogs? No, I do not like dogs.
French Bulldogs?
I you know what did it for me? Having
What?
to go pick up their poo poo when they go to the bathroom. I'm done with that. Walking around with a glove.
Well, you know what?
The
Cats
magic, the
poop
Michael
themselves.
Jackson.
Litter box.
Litter boxes.
No, I don't like
In
that.
the Northeast, you gotta love this. In the Northeast,
my cat.
there appears to be more Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. You know, that's from Sex and the City. Charlotte had a Cavalier King
Disgusting.
Charles Spaniel. Havanese, Cockapoo, the Bernese Mountain Dogs, Dachshunds, and the Welsh Corgis. Isn't that what the Queen had? Were all her Corgis?
I don't know.
Oh, my-
All I know is the Queen had a bear.
And in the South,
Oh, my
the
dog.
little ones, Schnauzers, Maltese, and Pugs.
I don't like it when
Chihuahuas,
humans walk around.
Maltipoos, Shih Tzus, and all
I
the
don't like that.
miniatures
Oh,
are in
my-
the South. That's everything done here, except what Josh has.
My dog is parking Calvary Charles.
Anytime you walk around with a dog and a purse and stuff and you bring them with you, I don't like that. I don't, humans don't
Paris
want them.
Hilton.
I don't like
little chihuahua.
I don't like that.
I put my
Why would you walk around
Josh,
with this
you have
dog?
what a pit?
A beast.
It's not a beast.
He almost bit
have
my
a pit,
face
right?
off.
Yeah, it's an American bulldog, but he looks like a pit bull
He is
terrier.
a pit bull.
He's a pit bull.
He
He
bit.
is?
He bit.
No.
He reached for my
No.
face. He went,
We went for a nice walk.
He snapped.
Is he
at it.
bigger than Katie?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's bigger than you, Katie. Is he really?
He
He's that
snapped
big?
at her.
Yeah.
He did.
We came back and he was a good boy, and then he does this look that he doesn't know who you are, and he doesn't know.
He's like, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
You're not Josh. You're not my best friend.
And
he
he
like,
snapped at you.
No, he
He's
didn't
like,
snap. He just jumped up.
and then you're like,
How big is this guy?
big.
75 pounds.
Oh, he's huge.
oh my god.
It's like a Great Dane.
But he's not. He's 75.
Muscular. That's even worse.
He's in shape. Yeah.
It's like my friend of mine used to raise Great Danes. She had like 8 of them. So when they used to run to come to dinner from the outside, it sounded like a herd of elephants coming. Brum, brum. And the ground shook like dinosaurs.
You gotta walk. You walk him a lot.
Yeah. You should hear him run outside. He
How
sounds
much
like a
food?
horse.
Yeah, how much food do you give this beast?
3 cups a day.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow,
He
that's
doesn't need that
cheap.
much. Yeah. But we also feed him like our own food and other snacks on
You
the
have a big
side.
backyard?
To do that.
No.
Where
We
does
don't
he run?
ever. We don't ever feed her.
He runs well, we have a pool and then
Okay.
he runs around the pool. And that's his little track.
And then he takes naps in the sun.
Oh yeah, he takes sun
Katie, you're
baths.
starting to like him.
Okay, no, but like.
Okay, no.
Okay, let me just bring it back a second. When he's all growly, like no. But when he's outside, okay, it was really cute though. He went outside and he was laying outside taking a nap, and he had the biggest smile on his face, and he was just like in his own world.
When he's sleepy and alone, he's
But then when
cute.
he comes in, then I'm like, oh no, hide. I have to go hide in the bathroom. I'm like, he's coming.
And I know you've got Tony.
Yeah.
And Tony's what, like a little Shih Tzu?
She's basically she has the face of a Shih Tzu, but the body of a King Charles like Cavalier.
Is she? She's both?
Yeah, she's part Shih Tzu, part King Cavalier Spaniard. She is the love of my mom's life.
Oh my gosh, she's like a beast.
That thing is a beast.
Where is he? Oh, look at me
It looks
sleeping.
like a freaking dinosaur.
That's a pit.
Or like a pig, or like a chicken.
That's a
leg.
pit.
That's not a pig.
It's my dog.
A
Pit.
pit.
Pit. P-I-T, a pit.
He's just
Does he sleep
A
with
pit
you?
bull. That looks like a pit bull.
What made you get a pit or an American Bulldog?
It was my best friend's dog, and he was.
There ain't no American Bulldog there. That's
Oh.
a
Baby.
It says wolf.
Woofy.
pit. That's a pit, bro. I had a pit.
So he was your best friend's dog?
Yeah. Well, he had two. He had the mom and dad, and they bred, and they had a litter of 16 of 17. He was the runt, and we got
So
him.
you got the runt?
And we got the
That's
runt.
70 pounds, a runt.
You a dog or cat person?
Well, my mom's allergic to cats, so more like a dog person, but we don't want an animal right now.
Good for you. Don't
Have
get
you
it
had
wrong.
any?
I have, yeah, because I technically didn't grow up here because I was born here, so back home I had a lot of dogs. Yeah.
What's back home?
I'm Jamaican, so I grew up half my life was in Jamaica and half my life here.
Yeah, very cool. I know you're kind of a mixed breed, dog, cat slash.
I don't. No, I only have one cat, Mr. Wiggles, and now I got this beast, which, yes, and I'm getting phone calls about him. Yeah, Mr. Wiggles. He was. I thought it was a female cat, and then his whatever dropped.
Wiggled?
No, his things dropped.
His
so,
thing wiggled?
So she used to be
Oh,
called
that's
Wiggles.
cute. Cassidy freaking Renee.
Who's that?
Cassidy.
Who's that? Okay, the name.
Queen of the house.
Is that your cat?
What kind of cat is that?
Just a regular cat.
What, you pick it up from the street?
And then this one's Callie.
How many you got?
She just got fooled. Killing it.
How many cats do you have?
3.
Are they with you in the dorms?
No.
They're in Texas.
That's a Texas cat.
So you got Mr. Wiggles, was a cat. You also have Peaches and you got Casper.
I had Mr. Wiggles.
Looks like a pig.
I had Sammy the Pit. Sammy the Pit was a killer.
Pig?
Pit.
Pit.
Oh, Pit.
What is it with you? Pit. P-I-T.
It's like peanuts with a
And
T.
I tell you what happened with Sammy. I went to the dog store, and there was 4 of them there. And this lady came in, and I had one. No, Michelle had Sammy in her arms, right, petting him. And he was the runt, the grunt, whatever.
He loves pits apparently, Josh.
So
He's right with
no,
you.
I don't love pits. So it's like this. This lady came, took the 3, and she grabbed it out of Michelle's hands. So I'm taking all 4. And I said, "Oh no, you didn't." And I grabbed the dog back. She says, "You can't take this dog. I'm taking him." She says, "Are you taking all 4?" I says, "You can have all 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3." She says, "Well, I want that one too." And I said, "Well, you ain't having it." So we got into an argument. I didn't want the dog.
And then you had to
Trust me, I didn't want the dog. She made me. I don't know if they set me up.
And then you have to take the dog.
I took the dog.
You were set up.
$275 later with the shots and everything else you gotta get
And then we had a pit bull in an apartment in New York.
in a house. But this dog bit so many people. They didn't bite people. Let me correct myself. They bit their purse, ripped the purse, ripped the kid's jacket. Gia walked in one day. Kid came up with a parka, feathers everywhere. So the lady, the mother came over. I took out my checkbook and I said, "How much do I owe you?" She says, "No, I want to thank you because my son shouldn't have been here."
Oh.
I dodged so many bullets. But the animal, I couldn't keep Sammy. He was just too. And Sammy would stay next to me. He would sit right here. But if I got up, he walked with me. If I told him to sit here, he would bite somebody.
You know how many dogs the Queen had?
How many?
30. And they were
30?
all bred from her first dog. She had the corgis, and her first dog was named Susan.
What did they do with
Funny
those
as heck.
dogs?
So Susan, she got when she was 18, and Susan went on her honeymoon with Prince Philip. And then she bred and bred and bred. She loves these dogs. The dogs are now living on the estate with Prince Andrew and his ex, Sarah Ferguson. They are divorced, but they live on the same estate. So the dogs are going to be living there.
I heard about that. That she still lives in the grounds.
Interesting, isn't it?
That's about calling. That's called getting a cake and eating it too.
Yeah,
that's
isn't it?
unbelievable.
She's a smart lady.
Now I also heard. Did you see yesterday? The Queen's son come out and they surround the coffin.
I was wondering where the other kids were.
She's in the military, and the other one's in the military.
Princess Anne.
Then you got the guy who's in civilian clothing. Now, they did not let him put on a military uniform because he was never in the military. Did you know this? He was in the National Guard or something, and they refused to let him wear military cloth. So the three of them are around the casket, and they have to wait. And they pray, and this is something that the monarchs used to do back in the olden days, and they had to be there.
It's very
unbelievable.
interesting.
Unbelievable. They're flying her down to London now for 4 days.
It's
So
so
they're
interesting. You
leaving
think
now.
about the monarchy of this country for 70 years, right? A lifetime has not changed. And now, I mean, most people have not seen the change of monarchs in their lifetime. And now it goes down to King Charles.
And there are some countries now that are part of the monarchy that want their independence. I just read about this. Is it the one country that has two names? Barbados? No, it's not Barbados. It's one of the
Turks and
countries.
Caicos?
One of those. And what happens is the king is the leader of that country, and now they want independence. So this is getting
Is
more interesting
Jamaica
by the
under
day.
British rule?
Yeah.
It is.
Jamaica may
If they're ever going to get that type of independence.
now
Can
would
you
be
give her
now.
the mic, Bailey? So
Now
they
would be
are
the
under
time.
British rule.
Yeah, they are still currently.
And it's going to be the time because certain countries want to be independent.
Isn't it interesting that islands in the Caribbean are under British rule still to this day? You think how many centuries later that it hasn't changed? Like, why would the islands not want their? And I'm sure they do.
I just think they're so tied into all
It's money.
the politics of it and owing and borrowing so much that they have no like way
There's
out.
no way of paying it out.
I feel like they think there's no way out. And just like how I feel like everywhere there's too many old people in charge, and we talk about the new generation all the time. The new generation is not getting the opportunity to call shots or make decisions, so we'll forever be just like a cycle because it's the same people over and over and over. And
Well,
over
the
and over.
new generations coming in, the old people are dying. The question is, it's money. So when you're in the beginning, you're screaming, "I want change," and then they bring you into the fold and they start giving you the money that the old people leave behind, and they go, "Shh, don't make no noise." And this is what, and they go back to it. It's the same thing in Haiti. This is what the guy that we did this shows for,
Martelli.
and the other guy, tell me all the time. New blood wants change until they get paid by old blood. Then everything goes back and stays the way it is.
So it starts with what we said in the beginning. Do circumstances change people, or do people just change?
Sometimes
And money's
money,
one of the biggest circumstances that change people for the good and the bad.
you know, it's,
Right?
it's funny.
Not all money is good money.
It's funny because we were under the monarch rule in England, and we fought for our independence to separate ourselves from that monarch, from that old money, that blue money that was controlling everything. But we still have ties for some reason. I don't have any ties. I'm Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans got no ties.
You do have no ties.
I got no country.
I don't know if it's Puerto Rico or you being from the Bronx that you have no ties.
First of all, the Bronx is a different country.
I know.
You go to Puerto Rico, they don't want to be part of the states. The Philippines will become a state
Well, who
before
governs Puerto Rico? Because they are.
The governor.
I mean, they're a territory of the United States, but they're not under
They have
U.S.
one-
rule.
They have one representative.
Your
House of
banking system
Representatives.
is different.
It's the same.
You
We
can't
use
get
American
to it.
dollar.
Yeah, but you can't get your Spanish rule when people die is different. They've got They have some things they like from U.S., and I guess they do some things on their own.
They get to pick and choose. Bank of America in Puerto Rico is not Bank of America in the States. You can't cross mingle. And they do that because knuckleheads are washing money, if you want to know the truth. So the people from South America take it to Puerto Rico, they wash it, and if the system will work that way, it'll be easy to transfer all that dirty laundry money to the States, so they don't do it.
It's interesting to think all these countries that are under British rule still. There's a lot, Ireland, Scotland, different islands, the Falkland Islands. I mean, you think about the amount of governing that takes, right? And
It's
why
years.
people have not
It's years.
separated from England.
It's years, and there's a lot of money involved, lots and lots of money. And when you change things, you see, Union went to the Braxton, whatever the hell that thing is called. It was a disaster. They left the Union, the European Union.
Oh, the EU.
Right? It was a disaster because they have to start all over again. It was just stupid. Now I got to tell you, Jamaican rum, they still make it?
They do.
287.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, baby. I'm going to tell you something. I grew up in the Bronx. I used to hang out at Tier 2, Club 2, something 2. And all the Jamaicans used to hang out in there. They were all, I knew them all. I was the only white guy in the whole room. And they were unbelievable. Nicest people you ever met. Nicest. So when I was getting married, it took me for 3 days. I was missing. They took me to all these clubs and everything. And they introduced me
Michelle
to the
go with you?
Jamaican. No, she was calling everybody. Where is he? I should have never gotten married. But anyway, this Jamaican rum, man, you put it on the table, you light it up, it goes on fire. So we used to live in an apartment building, 6 stories up. So we used to make a trail down the stairs and around and down the stairs to see if we could break the world's record. 10 floors. We did it. Anyway.
I can only imagine.
You are too
You
much.
know, that is hot. That Jamaican rum is and they sell it legally. And they sell it. You ever had it?
No, I don't think
we'll get you
so.
some. We'll
I
get
don't think so. All right, let's take a
We'll get
commercial
some to
break.
Josh.
When we come back, more with our morning show Comcast style. Stay tuned. You ready, Katie?
Katie, period with a T.
We'll be right back.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available, so don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. Whether you enjoy watching in the mornings or afternoons, you can now watch with your favorite merchandise. Choose from the Brooklyn Cafe t-shirts, ranging from sizes small to 3XL. Colors available include black, dark heather, and navy. Feeling chilly? Just check out our latest hoodie with over 9 colors to choose from. Sip on some Brooklyn Cafe coffee with Dawn and Freddie in a matching mug as seen on set. Brooklyn hats and special seasonal items are always popping up and available upon request. To purchase, you can visit our online store at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy shopping!
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You good in there?
Tired.
Why so tired? Public shopping wore you out? Katie. He's tired. Bree, what have you been up to?
Where'd Josh go? Oh, there's Josh.
We haven't seen you in a little bit.
You're pregnant?
Oh no.
Not the season for Coco
No, kids for me. No. No.
The more you deny, the more I'm going to
We had an
ask.
astrologer here yesterday.
Oh. Wow.
They told Katie she loves children and she's very good with children. And then she said, "Is that right?" And Katie said, "No."
They did say I was loyal though, and I'm very loyal.
Okay, we got that right. Yeah, I've been just homework. And,
How many classes
out
you
in the club,
taken?
I guess. I'm taking 4 classes: anthropology of film, which I have today, film criticism.
You're
film
going to
from-
ace that one.
Thank you. I know.
Bless you.
Film from the 1940s, and then multimedia studies.
Why would you take films from the 1940s?
Because I have to. What? How did you feel that?
Because I took that with some weird teacher.
Matthew Exela, like he has a weird last name, starts with an E.
You
I know.
He's a white guy, I think.
Yeah,
With
short
gray
hair.
and he does it in the theater.
Yeah, well, short hair or.
It's short. 10 times out of 10, I'm sleeping, but I felt like he was a bit too much.
He's boring.
He has glasses.
I think so. But that teacher can't sit down.
She can't tell. She was asleep.
But I just feel like his teaching style wasn't my thing, and he told me I need to learn to write, and I told him he's the first teacher to tell me that because I feel as though like he just wasn't trying to comprehend anything out.
Because mine is very comprehensive. Like he's really nice.
Maybe it's your ears because she was asleep. Didn't she just tell you she walked in
Plus,
and
I
slept?
also like some of the movie choices was just not.
1940.
I seen most of them already, so I'm okay.
Like what? What'd you see?
Citizens Kane, The Bicycle Thief.
I like Bicycle Thieves.
I seen most of them. I don't know what we're watching tomorrow. But
What in the world can you learn from 1940 films with today's technology?
actually, a lot.
Tell me.
How things were filmed back then, and how we're
Well-
still taking from those films. How like some of the scenes that you see are actually from those older films, but you don't notice. Like Citizens Kane. They did a comparisons with the what is it called, The Incredibles, or the first Batman that was with Michael Keaton. Some of those pieces that you see from Citizens Kane are in those movies.
We should put that in Movie Wars.
Adam West and
Yeah,
Adam West was the
We
very
should do some Movie
was
Wars
the
trivia
original
today.
I
Batman.
know, but that's not the one I grew
What
up
was the
with.
name of Robin?
On the spot.
Let's add that
Nobody
to
knows
Thursday's
his
question,
name.
Katie.
say his last name or say his first
He
name.
doesn't know.
Robin.
No.
His real name.
Do you know it?
Yeah, I know it.
What is it?
Dick Grayson.
No, the actor.
Oh.
She
What
just
movie?
told me the movie name.
I didn't even
What
know
was the
that.
movie again?
I can tell you who played Joker.
Oh wow.
Caesar Romero. That's
Caesar
it.
Romero.
The original
What
Batman?
about Catwoman?
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward. Who is the original Catwoman?
Oh, and Eartha
I
Kitt?
forgot her
She was
name.
hot.
Eartha
man.
Kitt?
Yeah, Eartha Kitt.
Oh man, she was
Yeah, she
hot.
passed away.
You kidding? I didn't know.
Yeah, she's been
She
dead
was
for
like
a while.
90, right?
When she played Batman?
No.
That body could have been 90.
Eartha Kitt.
She was hot. I was a kid. I used to say, Mommy, I want to see this. And then they put Halle Berry. What's the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Hot boy, I tell you.
She is beautiful, Eartha Kitt, I gotta tell you.
She was.
She was born in
Her
1927.
eyes, right? Those eyes that she had.
She died in 2008.
Who was the Joker in the original Batman? He was a famous actor.
No clue.
Caesar Romero.
The Joker?
Caesar Romero. With the Adam West one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Caesar Romero.
The Joker? No, the guy, riddle me this.
The Riddler?
The Riddler. Who was the Riddler? I'm sorry, it's a Joker. He was another
didn't know
famous
either.
actor. I love those.
I think it had. Did they have the Penguin as well?
Joker was Caesar Romero.
And the
Yes.
Riddler?
Who was Penguin?
I have no idea.
You would know Penguin, Freddie.
The Penguin was the guy.
Guacamole.
The Penguin was the guy that was in the Rocky movies.
Yes.
What's his name?
Burgess Meredith. Wow.
He was
You
in the
knew that.
Rocky
That's
movie.
impressive.
I thought it was amazing how he used to walk around like a penguin. It was amazing.
Wow. Joker. Who else you looking for? The Riddler? I don't know why they don't have. Was he
Riddler
not
was
the original Batman?
Yes, he was. He was a famous
I
actor.
think he was in only like season. Was in the season. He was only in a certain season.
He was famous, and he was skinny, and he barely fit in that costume.
Mr.
If you know what I mean.
Freeze. Wow.
Remember
This
Mr.
goes
Freeze?
way
The
back.
Mad Hatter. Remember the Mad Hatter?
This
He
is
had a
way
little hat.
before
He used to go, "Whoop,"
anybody's
And he used
time.
to hypnotize you or blow you up or whatever it would do.
Can you imagine there's a woman, her name was Legs?
What?
Legs?
Whose legs?
I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of characters there are here.
In the movies? Of the first one?
All of them. The Puzzler? We should
The
give
Puzzler?
everyone a nickname. Like, you could be so many of these people.
Joker, Mad Hatter,
We should do this for Halloween.
the Batman throwback? No, we should do
already
the
had an idea.
monsters.
Someone, I don't remember who it was, but someone.
Let's do the monsters.
No, wait. Alana had an idea yesterday. She said that we should all dress up like minions.
No, we're not
And
doing
then
that.
I'm not
you,
doing that.
Freddie,
Don't
dress
worry
up like Gru.
No, don't worry about it.
And
No,
Dawn
let's-
dresses up like.
I'd be down for that.
Moving on. You will do that every day. We're moving on. The monsters.
Can I be Igor? Igor from Young Frankenstein?
Oh,
With the hunchback?
Yeah, it's just a hunch.
No pun
When he got the
intended.
lady off the carriage and her breast hit him in the face and somebody was knocking the door. Wow, look at them knockers. He was talking about the door.
You should do a classic movie trivia for this week.
Disclaimers up.
Why? What was he by that by? It was part of the movies.
Brittany, welcome to Freddie.
Ready, set.
First of all, I gotta tell you, I thought in the monsters, Lily Herman was the hottest chick with that spiderweb outfit she had on. She was gorgeous.
I think you guys should pick for round 3, Bree and Katie. Classic movies for round 3, like old school, back from your anthropology class.
Okay.
What do you need? How many? 5, Josh?
Yeah, 5.
Who's hotter, I Dream of Jeannie or Lily Munster?
So the disclaimer's just gonna stay up.
Who's hotter?
You can't say that apparently.
Yes, you can. I just said it.
Who's more attractive?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the word hot wrong? Who's more attractive?
Lily Munster or I Dream of Jeannie,
Dream of
totally
Jeannie.
different types.
That's not the question. Who is hot? Who is more attractive? Who's more attractive? Who's more attractive?
You know the movie Grumpy Old Men?
No.
So you should be for Halloween. So sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Why you think that's so funny? That's not funny. That's not funny, Lucy. So who do you think is more attractive? I Dream of Jeannie or Lily Munster?
I don't even know who any of these people are.
I don't know who any of them are. On Thursday, they do a movie called Movie Wars.
Oh.
And there's different rounds, but they write their own questions. So when
So they
people
know the
play
answers.
against them,
It's hard
they
to
know
beat
the
them.
answers. So you guys should come up with some different questions and put them in the cards that nobody
I think
knows.
Someone who's not playing the game.
Should come up with the
should
questions.
do the
Yeah, if
questions.
someone wants to.
So we got some time today since Comcast is doing their thing that we could
Shout
do
out
that.
Comcast for
Exactly.
not doing their job.
We should have like a person like reading out the questions.
Why?
Because I think that would be like
Because then you're not looking at them beforehand.
Yeah, and then like when like hold on, yeah.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 25, 30 questions together today.
Who do you have?
And we're
You've
gonna hand
got
it to
Patches
them.
coming.
Patches.
Patches is coming.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Patches. You know cat patches?
Who else? Jennifer's coming Thursday for your show. Who else you got?
Whoever.
Hey,
Oh, yes, we have Fuego.
we got no internet.
Yeah, no, it's true. We have no internet.
You have no internet?
Yeah. 100%, yes.
That's a bummer.
Comcast knocked us out.
All right, let's wrap this up. Previously recorded. Thank you to Comcast. Have a great morning, everyone. Tune into Fuego at some point today at our midday show. Have a great day, and we will see you in a little bit.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Comcast knocked us. Thank you for listening to the morning show. As I go now to fill my mug, which is completely empty, I'm coffee out.
Your cup runneth over.
No, company dry.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Tune in for all of our other morning shows. coming from Amp Media Productions, and then our afternoon show at 12 o'clock.
And always join us for more fun and laughs, because, you know, your day starts when you smile.
Have a great morning, and we'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.